Hi everyone, here I am in Odda, and I have a quick little video I want to make. This is the sun tanning salon that is a possible rental location. I'm in talks with these people. I'm also showing interest in that brick building that was the barrel making facility at the old factory that's in a part of the town that's being restored. Behind this building, there's a little cubby, not a little cubby, but there's a cubby in the basement of this building that would provide me a spot to make the tiles to start with, to get over here as soon as possible to start making them. This place is ideal for me to start making them and selling them. So my priority is to get here and start making tiles and producing them as soon as possible. I'm not thinking about becoming involved in a huge restoration project in anything. I think part of what I need to do is I also need to think about how do I pull at the heartstrings of the people in this community to help them see that I'm wanting to do something special here. So talking about and considering that old factory building is really something I really would like to do. Part of the building could be used to start things, and slowly things could be restored. And that's what I've been told. There is no timeline as to when things need to be restored, other than eventually they need to be. This could provide me a place to start selling the tiles immediately and making them immediately. So this is this is an option that I'm weighing heavily, and this is where I could start making them immediately, start having them available for people to buy. The other location would be a possible place to start selling them as well. However, I think this probably would be better to sell them at first. You have to keep in mind that old factory building is very special and it's part of the community. No one's taken on the challenge to start anything there. So, some people might find it interesting that I would be willing to start something there. So by talking about that, by showing my interest in doing that, it could instigate other ideas and possibilities, and people could want to start things as well with me, or could use my idea as a possible stepping stone for other ideas. So that's why I am showing such interest in that building. Planting seeds for ideas. There's no question in my mind that old building would be a fascinating place to have a tile gallery begin. So, and workshop, because people could walk in there and see it happening. They wouldn't have to be all crammed into a space like this. I've been to places like that building, kind of. This is much nicer than the buildings that I've seen. In Roros, where the Roros pottery is, they have an operation where you can walk into a gallery and see everything being produced. It's really cool. This would be even more hands-on. You could probably walk right into the facility, much more like Pewabic pottery in Detroit. Again, it looks like a big building. It looks like a lot to take on. However, you have to remember, I grew up selling my tiles in a 100-year-old chicken coop that my dad left the door open all winter long, and there'd be drifts of snow on my tiles during the winter. So I'm used to rustic. I can handle the rustic nature of the beginnings of the process. In fact, I prefer the rustic. It makes cleaning easier. It's just more of what I'm used to. Clay is messy. You can't really keep it clean. This isn't going to be a GE factory or some kind of like semiconductor factory, where they're making like technical parts that you have to have like a whole business in itself just to clean the building. This is a rustic building. This is Norway. This is people try to make things happen in different ways. So I'm planting seeds. I'm showing interest because I truly am interested in that building, and I don't think I'm going to spend the rest of my life in this building, but it could be an option to begin here as I transition there, but you never know what could happen. So I think that possibly by starting something over there, putting a sign on the building, word of mouth I think would spread, that people would be interested in checking it out. People, not just tourists, but people in this town would find that that's special, that I'm trying to take that on. So I think you could actually get support for that you wouldn't get if I was in this building. So you kind of have to think about it and weigh what it is what I'm trying to do here. So I just thought I would kind of update that with you. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm going to just take on a huge project like restoring a building before I even start my business, because that's not what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is get here and I'm going to start making tiles.